Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. So guys, as you all know that Cognizant on-campus hiring is currently ongoing and many of the students had their exam in the last week and some of the students have their exam on the 29th and 30th of January. So many of you were requesting me, sir, please put the exam experience of the candidates who have already given the exam. So in this particular video, I will be discussing the exam experience in detail and also cutoff also I will be discussing. So make sure to watch this video till the end. This video will be very much helpful for you because the same type of questions might get asked in your exam as well. So don't skip any part of this video. If you have any doubts, you can always write in the comment section or you can join this Telegram group. It's dedicated for 2026 batch students. And during the video, I will also be telling you about the resources that you can consider for the last minute preparation of your Cognizant exam. So don't skip anything. So now let's start this video. Okay, so guys, the exam experience that I'm discussing is of the Python cluster. So this student's exam was on 23rd January 2026. Okay, so what is the pattern? So there is SQL questions, Python coding questions, Python MCQs, and Cloud MCQs. Okay, so in SQL section, what were the two questions that were asked? So see, display the item name, category, quantity under $5. So you have to write a query to display all these things. So this is a question of a proper join. I would say it is an easy level question. Okay, join, you just have to, there will be two or three tables given to you. You just have to join those tables and you will have to fetch the result out of those tables. Okay, so this is a easy type of question. This was the first question. Next is display first name, last name as full name and payment method. So here concatenation. See, first name will be given in one table, last name will be given in one table. You have to combine those two columns and give result as full name. Okay, and payment method. So this is a normal question. Just you have to use concatenation for two strings, for adding two strings, first name and last name. Okay, and all the details was available in the single table only. So again, this also I will saying this is the easy level question that was asked. So I hope these SQL questions are clear to you. Okay, now next moving towards the Python coding questions. Okay, so guys, see, we have three clusters: cluster 1, Java, Python and C hash. So coding question remains same in all the clusters. Okay, you just have to, question will be same. It's just that you will have to code in Python language based on your cluster only. You will have to code. The question will remain same. So here the first Python question was longest alternative string count you will have to tell. So this is the input string that is given to you and you have to tell that what is the longest alternative string. Longest alternative string means, see, this is 10101110. So longest alternative string, see, so here it is 10, then again 10, then it is 1. So it means alternate string is happening 10101. So here in this entire string, what is the length of longest alternative string? It is 5. So this is the first question. This is the code you have to write for it. Okay, I hope it's clear to you. Now second question, that is, you have given a key value pair a b c a. So a value is 10, then b is 20, then 30, then again a value is 50. So you need to find max value of a key in the given key value array. So key value are given to you, and if your input is a, so if there are two keys, then what is the maximum values of those keys? So in a there are two keys, 10 and 50. So what is the maximum value of a? It is 50. So this is what the coding question was. Again, both of these coding questions were at the easy level. So many of you are scared sir, that we do not know SQL, we do not know coding. So guys, believe me, both SQL and coding are at the easy to moderate level. There will be no DP questions or no hard questions coming in the SQL or coding questions. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. I hope you get a proper idea that what type of questions are getting asked. Now next thing that I asked the candidate was, see, all this conversation happened on a telegram. So he told me that he bought my Cognizant resources 2 months ago and it was very useful to me. So I asked, in which section you find it useful the most? So he told, any resources, coding and SQL. So guys, believe me, this candidate also found that my Cognizant resources are very much helpful and it helped him to solve the questions for both coding and SQL. Now for you also, if you do not know from where you should prepare for your exam, that is the Cognizant exam, so do check out this Cognizant preparation material at the top mid page of Code Bashers, wherein each and every section that will be coming in your exam, whether it is the coding questions, SQL questions, web development questions, aptitude questions, MCQs, Python MCQs, Java MCQs, Cloud Fundamental MCQs, all the sections previously asked actual questions are there. If I will show you the sample of, let's suppose, the Cognizant coding question, so you can see we have the proper actual screenshot of the coding question which were asked in Cognizant exam. We have the proper input output and we have the correct running code for it. Okay. Similarly, in the SQL also you can see we have the proper question, we have the proper schema and the correct query for it. In many resources on the internet, you will find that either the schema is missing, either the question is missing, or the answer is missing. But in this, there are a lot of SQL questions, actual SQL questions which have been asked in Cognizant exam, in which proper question, schema and correct query is there. Similarly, in the web development PDF also you can see we have the actual questions of the web development question that have been asked in the Cognizant. So if you are interested, see, the best way to prepare for any exam is solving the previously asked questions of that exam. If you are interested, the links are in the description box. Do check them out. Now if I continue with the video, the next question will be that what will be the cutoff for the exam. Now see, Cognizant is hiring for three roles: Gen C, Gen C Pro, okay, and Gen C Next. Now see, for Gen C Next, the cutoff is, I think, clear to you. All the questions for all the sections you need to pass. Around 90% questions you need to pass, then only you will be getting the call for Gen C Next. Now, most of the students, they say, sir, we want to like crack Gen C role. Okay, we are like not that much good in coding and SQL. So what should be the cutoff for it? Now see, first of all, if I talk about the SQL question, two SQL, two coding, okay, then one WebD. In case of Python, it is cloud MCQs, okay, then there is Python or cluster based MCQs. Now what should be the cutoff for Gen Z role? See, out of two SQL question, believe me, they are easy to moderate level. You will be easily able to solve after getting my course. Okay, so try to solve around 1.5 SQL question, okay, and try to solve at least one coding question. So if you solve this much only, so based on the hiring that happened in September and October, believe me, if you are able to solve this much only, then also Gen C role interview you will be getting. This is the straightforward cutoff. Okay, anything above that is a plus point, but at least 1.5 SQL question and one coding question, okay, you should solve. Then the Gen C role will be, definitely you will be getting shortlisted for that interview. Then you will be getting interview call, and then again you will need to clear the interview for that role. But for clearing the exam, this is the straightforward cutoff. I hope it's clear to you. For Gen C Next, at least and for all the sections, 90% plus questions should be correct, then you will be getting the Gen Z Next. Okay, but for the Gen Z hiring, 1.5 SQL, one coding will be sufficient for getting it. Try to solve as much as possible, but this is the minimum cutoff that I have seen in September, October hiring also. So I hope everything is clear to you. If you still have any doubts, you can always write in the comment section, or you can join this Telegram group. It's dedicated for 2026 batch students. And again, for the last minute preparation for the Cognizant exam, it's best to solve the actually asked previous questions, and you can get all those questions in this material. The links are in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. Do check them out. Thank you for watching this video.